The DMR is taking so many names and getting so many kills and carrying so many baddies that it's kind of crazy. Today I'm going to cover Warzone, 10 Cold War guns that should be meta after the DMR is nerfed. Welcome back to COD Filmy. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Krig 6. The Krig 6 is not the most powerful weapon in Cold War. If players are only hitting body shots, the Krig 6 is near the bottom in damage per second among assault rifles. However, the Krig 6 is versatile and has a controllable recoil pattern. Looking back at the Warzone metas, the best assault rifles have modest damage values with controllable recoil. The Krig 6 resembles the Kilo and Grau in this respect, controllable and reliable from range. With a slight buff, the Krig 6 could be the new meta weapon in Warzone very soon. Number 9, Stoner 63. The Stoner 63 appears to resemble the Bruin in many respects. It has a good fire rate for an LMG and has a very modest and controllable recoil pattern. The Bruin was so dominant because it had the handling stats of an assault rifle but the damage profile of an LMG. If players modify the Stoner 63 for mobility and a quick aim down sight time, it can be a meta weapon after the DMR is nerfed. Number 8, AK-74U. The AK-74U is a fan favorite Call of Duty weapon. So far in Warzone, the gun is not quite as good as the MP5, however it should be. The AK-74U in Cold War multiplayer has great damage up close and beats the MP5 at closer ranges. It is common knowledge that Raven altered some of the statistics from the Cold War guns during the integration, and players are hopeful for changes to many other Cold War weapons. If Raven does balance some weapons, expect the AK-74 to be included in those changes. In Warzone, players rarely use an SMG as their primary weapon. The AK-74 will be a very effective pair with a medium to long range assault rifle. Number 7, M16. The FR.556 was the only weapon in Modern Warfare with a 3-round burst at launch, and it was one of the worst weapons in the game. Nearly every Call of Duty game has featured a burst weapon that could challenge the best guns in the game. The M16 will hopefully fill the role in Warzone as a viable 3-round burst weapon for medium to long range encounters. At this point, the M16 will not beat the DMR or Type 63 at any range. However, with the other 2 tactical rifles out of the mix and a small increase of the gun's damage range, the burst weapons will rise to the top. The YOG is also a candidate, and the 2 weapons are close in terms of effectiveness at this point. Number 6, AK-47. Call of Duty fans remember the AK-47 from the original Modern Warfare. It was one of the best and most exciting weapons to use. The AK-47 is a new Modern Warfare, did not live up to the hype. The gun has way too much recoil and is impossible to use at longer ranges. In Cold War multiplayer, the AK-47 is one of the best weapons, with moderate recoil and high DPS values. Players and fans are disappointed that the new AK-47 was even worse than the first. It has the worst recoil of all the assault rifles and nothing like the AK-47 in multiplayer. The AK-47 should be one of the first weapons to get a buff. Expect improved recoil in a future patch. With great damage values, the AK-47 will be a good thing in the future. Number 5, XM4. The XM4 appears to be quite similar to the M4 from Modern Warfare. The gun has controllable recoil and good damage values with a high fire rate. In Warzone, the M4 is still a very good weapon to use at close to medium ranges. The XM4 is not a good weapon weeks after the integration. As one of the worst assault rifles added to the game, Raven will make the weapon more competitive when changes are made to make any of the Cold War weapons viable. Number 4, MP5. Warzone players know all too well how powerful the MP5 is. The gun has dominated Verdansk since launch, and the new MP5 is just as effective. The best SMG to use in Cold War multiplayer is the MP5. The gun has great DPS up close and can kill enemies competitively at medium to long range. Based on the information available thus far, the MP5 is actually just as good as the MAC-10, because the MAC-10 has an open bolt delay. Both guns have a seemingly identical time to kill. If and when the MAC-10 gets a nerf, expect players to use the MP5 at close ranges. Number 3, Pelington 703. The Pelington was arguably the best sniper in Cold War multiplayer, and it will be good in Warzone too. The current best snipers in Warzone are the SPR and the Kar 98. However, with the lack of sniper glint on the 1x to 10x and 1x to 20x scopes, the Pelington may be the next best one-shot gun to use in Warzone. The DMR meta makes sniping more difficult, but with its gone, players have success with the Pelington in Warzone. The Pelington will fill a role somewhere in between the marksman and sniper rifles. The Kar 98 and SPR are great snipers, but they do not have the range capabilities of the slower sniper rifles. Number 2, AUG. The AUG will be a great weapon in Warzone if Raven gets a little help. The gun can deal a competitive amount of damage if all 3 burst shots hit an opponent. From short to medium range, the AUG could be a surprising meta weapon. For now, the M16 and AUG are not good enough to compete with the DMR. Number 1, Gallo SA-12. The Gallo SA-12 might sneak into the meta as the best close range weapon. Warzone is currently plagued with MAC-10s, with the R9 being nerfed to the ground. A new shotgun will be the best in the game. For now, players will need to level up the Cold War Mac 10 and MP5 to have a chance. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and take care.